Hi everyone, this is the long problem that you have to graph. This problem is worth 16 marks and it was on a Math SL exam. So basically this is the problem you're given right here, and they want you to show that it can be condensed to log base 3 of 2x. So basically I'll do that. You use your properties. We'll read left to right. So this is log base 3 of x over 2 times 16 divided by 4, which is log base 3 of 8x over 4, which is log base 3 of 2x. So there you go. We did it. So that equals f of x. So we made it into a single logarithm. All right, the next part you have to input, so f of x equals log base 3 of 2x. So they just want you to input the x values here. So f of x equals log base 3 of 2 times, this is actually 1/2, which is log base 3 of 1. And let's see if they ask us to write this in a certain form. No, they just said find the value. All right? So if you, okay, let me go down here a little bit. All right, the next one would be f of x equals log base 3 of 2 times 4.5. So this equals log base 3 of 9. Now, if they want you to find the exact value here, we're going to, they're looking for the power here. So basically, I would rewrite this as 3 to some power equals 1. So the value here is 0. So that's my answer, because 3 to the 0 equals 1. And in this one, I'm going to find the value. I'd write this as log base 3 of 3 squared. I would use my power property, whoops, and move the 2 in front. So we know this equals 1. So when x is 4.5, we get 2 times 1, which equals 2. And when x is 1/2, we get 0. And you're going to need this information when we do the graphs. Okay, now they want you to write it in this form. So basically they want you to take log base 3 of 2x, and they want you to do the change of base. We're using ln, so this is ln of 2x over ln of 3. That's the change of base formula. All right, so log m of n. If you're going to do change of base, that would be log of n over log of m, or you can change that to ln. It's the same thing, okay? So that's your change of base formula. So in this case, my a is 2, and my b is 3. So that wasn't so bad. Now we have to graph it. So basically what I did is I went ahead and found the inverse for you on here. Remember the inverse, you just switch the x and the y's and solve. So this is the inverse, and I'm going to do a table of values. And they want you to graph between, let me see if it can equal, yes. They want you just to graph in between -5 and 5. We've seen this before with inverse functions. And they want the range to be between -5 and 5 as well. So what I'm going to do is plot my inverse first, because it's a little easier, even though we already have 2 values for this. And I go to -1, 0, 1. I already know what this looks like, so -1 would go to 1/6. 0 would be 1/2. You plug in 0, 3 to the 0 over 2. 3 to the 0 is 1, so that's 1/2. And 1 would just be 3/2. Alright? and you can go on and on. I did some more, but I went ahead and graphed it here. So basically, I graphed -1 goes to 1/6, which should be down in here. And you should know what this looks like. 1 goes to 3/2. And 2 is going to go to 4/4 or 9/2. So, now let's go back to here. What you do to graph the original log is what they want is you switch the x and y's. So we're going to switch the x and the y's. And I'm going to put the 1/6 here. It goes to -1. 1/2 goes to 0. And 3/2 goes to 1. And I went ahead and graphed it here. Okay? So there it is. Now, we already figured out that f of 4.5 is 2. And what they want you to do is to plot this point, which I did, and also plot it as the mirror image. So they also want you to graph f inverse. So what I did is I just switched my x and y here. I switched my x and, this is my x and y, and I switched it here, so now this is my x and y. Just interchanged them. It reflects over the y equals x, and there's your graph. However, they want you to graph between -5 from here to 5, and the range is from 5 to -5. And what I do is I tend to draw a little box here. If you're really good at graphing, I'm not. If you're good at graphing, you could probably do this without what I'm doing. And then what I do is I erase the part I don't need. Alright? And then I continue this on with the arrows here. And that's your graph. And that's all for this problem. It was worth 6 marks. And we did everything we need to do. The next video is going to be 3 calculator problems that have been on past IB exams. Thanks and have a nice day.